compatibility checks and 2 different set of KPIs?
Once.
And your friend will say,
No, she asked, have you ever been? I said once. Yeah.
and your friend will say, wow, you two should not be living together. And that's me. I'm living and kind of managing a mysterious marriage between L&D and product.
Oh.
And trust me, it's messy, but it's magical, and it comes with its own set of meaningful lessons. But yes, both the learning outcomes and the release cycles are very hard to explain at the family dinners. But thankfully today before my dinner, I'm speaking to all of these elite L&D professionals, and thank you for having me here. With the very first thing, all of us L&D professionals here put really a lot of love into designing learning programs, don't we? Yes? Are we good to put some love today, right here, right now?
Yeah.
I can give you a learning program requirement and you'll do it for me?
Yes.
Cool. So here you go. It's a real world scenario, as much sticky, and you would definitely know it. It's called Trusted Manager. You have run multiple programs for these first time managers, communication, coaching, giving feedback, and presentation skills and whatnot.
Conflict management.
But the HR report says that teams still feel disconnected, unclear, and unsupported with their manager. Now you are asked to run one more leadership program for these first time managers. I give you 30 seconds. Turn to your neighbors and share what approach you will have to build this learning program. 30 seconds. Start now. What's your approach for this learning program?
Bring the manager and the learning people in the same training program together. It makes sense. That's where the conflict is, that's where the problem is. What do you think, Vlad?
Do they really need a training program or they need a facilitated discussion?
Absolutely. Clear space for all. That's all.
It's not about increasing their capability. It's about
Cool. The time is up. 30 seconds, guys. Total 5 minutes talk. Okay, I'm very sure you would have approached this problem in a really awesome way, like you always do, right? But if, as an L&D professional, we jump into designing learning programs, simulations, workshops, and we try to do our best, like launching a moonshot, don't we? But what next? Do we really test if it works? Do we really observe if it changes anything? Or we just launch and move on to the next one? Hold on. Let's look at the same problem now with a different approach, like product teams do, like I do. I would want you to wear the product thinking lens to frame a different solution for the same problem, the unhappy team. Now, product thinking is not just features and technology, it's a mindset. And what's the product mindset? The product mindset is repeated iteration, improving continuously in small steps with user obsession and real feedback. That's what the product mindset is. Now, I would walk you through 3-step model and we would deploy it on the same problem. Are we ready? So the first one is build. And we don't do everything in one shot. We don't build the entire thing in one shot. Product team starts small. Small enough to just test minimum viable products. You would have heard the product term called MVPs. And these MVPs are just small enough to test the value. Now, for L&D, what would it look like? Example, a leadership program. Now you would think of simulation and mentorship and workshops and online journeys, but let's look at it from the product lens to say, let's build small. Maybe you design and start small with a 2 hours virtual journey just to interact with the participant with the key leadership concept. And this MVP can help you how? You would get to understand your user a bit better. You would understand if this particular format of learning works or not. And probably you would have to have quick pulse survey to know if it's really working or not. Now, I want you to go back to the same learning problem that we started with. On your table, you have blue sheets which they built. On back of it, as a group, in next 30 seconds, write down what would you do as the smallest element, smallest valuable thing that you can build to test that meets the real need in that learning program. And remember, it has to be an MVP, not a moonshot. Your time starts now. What would you build? The smallest thing to test the value.